All right, Cindy, it has been a pleasure speaking with you.
It's been a pleasure as well.
Thank you. And thank you for allowing me to record this portion of the interview. So we have chatted quite a bit about your experience and what brought you and I together today. So I would like to preface a couple things so you don't have to repeat yourself. So we talked a little bit about the type of positions you're looking for, and we talked in depth about one of them. And we talked a little bit about, there's a little bit of a gap in your resume from today to 2023. And we talked about why that was. You relocated from South Florida.
Yes.
Okay. And you were caring for your mother.
Yes.
Okay. And then, unfortunately, then grieving for your mother, of course, with a loss. And so now that you are at a place that you're available to go back to work, you are seeking a new sales opportunity?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. And you are bilingual?
I am.
Okay, wonderful. So with that being said, I'm just going to go ahead and give you the floor. Why don't you tell me a little bit about your sales experience?
I've been in sales relatively all my life. I enjoy sales. I enjoy speaking to people. I enjoy creating relationships. I enjoy solving problems. And I enjoy all aspects of the beginning and ending of either a relationship or a product that I'm selling to a client or a customer. I've been in mostly in the tobacco field and the tobacco industry and the manufacturing and production from production to into the consumer's hands. I've been involved in from marketing the product to our clients, to also involvement in uploading and creating that product on an e-commerce on e-commerce side as well. So it's gathering the information that I enjoy the most about the selling part of it is the analytics parts of understanding of what's the need, why is it there, what is it that we need to do to get to where we need to be, depending on the customer, and not only the customer, the company itself. What's the goal? And I'm goal driven. Very give me a target. Um, I'm going for it. I don't mind speaking with people. I enjoy speaking to people and enjoy creating relationships. And also, I'm target driven. I'm at the same time, so I have a good balance. You won't see me coming. Type of, but not in that not in that aspect. Like if, what I mean, but it's just there's a numbers game to it. There's a pattern behind what is needed, especially in a business. So, like I said, I'm very goal oriented and sales driven.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful. And you did B2B and B2C
Yes.
selling. Okay,
Yes.
wonderful.
As well.
Why don't you tell me a little bit about a big success, like an achievement, something in your career? Oh, you have over a decade of experience.
Yes, I think one of my biggest was is in the buying position with Casa de Monte Cristo, which is a branch of a large tobacco entity in the U.S. And they had inventory, over $1 million of inventory, and it was just sitting. There was old inventory, could have been moved. So once I came in, I saw the inventory that we needed to move, and I did an analytics to see what can go where, spoke to all the store managers, created a program, created different outlets where we could move that inventory that was just basically just not, it was stagnant. There was so much inventory created also. And within that time frame, the inventory was being depleted. We were selling out. It wasn't just sitting there. It was the cycle. There was coming in, things were coming that were going out. They were actually moving out the door. And we were seeing results based off of this program, which was a program where there were different types of projects that were involved, depending on the store, depending on the location. We had outlet stores that had that specific. I would speak to the store managers, and we would come into with a plan. Okay, let's create a project or sales, focusing on sales on the X, Y, Z, depending on the product. And the movement, was it lighters that needed to be moved out of the inventory? It could have been anything that was. I had multiple products that SKUs that I was working with to try to move out this out of the warehouse.
Sure.
So
Absolutely.
I think that was in a short period of time we were able to move it a significant amount, but then it started dwindling out as best as even moving it to festivals that I wasn't responsible for inventory, for those supplying those festivals and creating excitement for those products and saving products for that event, and so on and so forth. So a lot of involvement in being creative.
Mhm.
So
Thinking of new ways to help.
yes.
Okay.
This.
Now, you were selling your solution basically to those, I guess, how would you say that? Like festival leaders or whoever was
Well,
managing
we were the stakeholders within my organization and within my store at a store level, because they had problems receiving that inventory, or they didn't even know that it was there. And so communicating with the warehouse, understanding what I had, and then communicating it to, not just communicating, is working with marketing, working with finance, working with all these stakeholders to be able to ensure that this inventory not only impacts the bottom line for the company, because that's inventory that's going out and that's people are buying it because they actually know that it's there. And so there was a lot of mismanagement on their end before I got there. And so I could see, and once I came in with resolutions, that's basically what I was not technically selling, but I was working. I became like a unifier with problem solver, a project manager, an operator, buyer. And at the same time, buying new product from that I needed in my stores.
Absolutely. So now the position that we talked about is, very sales-based position where you would be, sometimes calling on companies that you don't know. So essentially, that would be called cold calling, or, going out to visit clients, maybe people that you don't know or that aren't actively working with this client. Now, tell me what your thoughts are and how your approach would be. Let's just, for example, say that you saw that a company was, we'll do what I do. We'll see a company is hiring for a position and you're going out and you wanted to sell them on your services. How would you go about that? What's a good approach?
I would contact the company, or the HR manager, or someone who's responsible for the hiring, and introduce myself. I would like to not only just introduce myself, introduce the company, and introduce our service, and the C that I see that they need, like that I would identify, basically by just having a conversation with them. And introducing mostly as a soft sale. I'm very soft. My approach is soft, in the sense that I just want to feel out the client and their needs, and see how I could facilitate the service, and then my approach, and see if we can meet and have a actual face-to-face.
Yeah, I love that.
Would be more my speed.
Okay.
So I prefer that.
Yeah. Well, I love that because that's actually my approach. I found that works very, very well when you're genuine and, you're looking for the solution rather than the sale. So I love that. Thank you. Okay. So now how do you learn best? Because, of course, joining any new company or any company, after being with other companies for, quite some time, going in to learn something new can always be a little tricky. So how do you learn best?
I'm a hands-on learner.
Okay.
And also visual. So
Okay.
give me I have what I need to do. Training is important for me as well, because I obviously respect what I do, and in order for me to facilitate the service, I also need to understand what I am selling and and respect what I'm doing. So in order for me to do that, training is very important for me.
Okay.
So, but yes, hands-on and visual learner, definitely.
And then what about technology? Do you feel like you pick up new technology quickly? Is that also hands-on where you would learn
Yes,
best?
yes, I'm
Okay.
very tech. Yes.
Now, at your companies that you worked at previously, what type of software did you use on a day-to-day basis?
SAP was the
Okay.
the one I used. The latest was SA 400 and Lawson. I have experience with Salesforce as well. So
Perfect.
that's I'm very fluent in
Okay. So the
process.
top CRMs, and CRMs are always they're all similar on that same platform. I've worked with a couple different ones
Yes.
and have found them all to be, relatively simple and extremely user friendly.
Yes.
Excel skills, Microsoft Office,
Yes.
Google.
For presentations, I can, yes, definitely. Obviously, and Excel, I did say Excel, just
Yep.
we took it, so
Okay. And you live in the Daytona Beach area now
yes,
from South
yes,
Florida.
yes.
And as far as starting at a new position, is it something you're looking to get back at right away, or do you have anything planned in the next month or so? What does that look like?
I do. I have to take care of some final things with regard to my mother, like her
Okay.
belongings and things to that
Mhm.
nature. So that'll be traveling on June 8th to take
Mhm.
care of that.
Okay.
And I should be back in 2 weeks
2 weeks.
after that.
Okay. So available to hit the ground running. Let's see. So June 8th. So 1, 2. So would that be like the 23rd?
Let me see. Mm, I would like to say that.
Okay, and we can take a look. I don't want to put you on the spot right now. We can talk a little bit about that. But right,
Because
they're
I
around.
yes, they're around, because I don't know what I'm going to expect. Also,
Of
there's
course. Okay.
yes.
All right. Well, I'm go ahead and stop this part of the interview, but don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
You're welcome.